Hey everybody, welcome back to Eileen's Craft Nook. Today is cow day. I just got this one in Temu. I did video a haul, but I have another order coming in, so I might wait. You might see me pour this before you actually see the haul. But I have this cow, which is more of a cutesy cow. It's got little upside down hearts on the cheeks. He's got his little tongue sticking out. I think I'm going to do him in a black and white. And so I have my marker out, and this one, guess what? It's a Highland cow. Ew, can't wait to see what this looks like. He is textured. This is a shiny one. I'm pretty sure this guy's a matte. Yeah, this guy's going to be matte. And so it has the two little horns, and you won't see his eyes because Highland cows, their hair just tends to hang over their eyes. But I thought I'd like to do the muzzle and his horns in a little bit lighter color. So I might try to get, this one I can turn out inside out easily because this is a nice pliable mold. Do the muzzle and the horns in a lighter mica. And then I wasn't sure what color to do them. So I have this beige, which is too light, but I might add some coffee to it to give it a little bit of sparkle. And doing that, I wasn't sure if I wanted to add something to give it a little bit of red. I might do that. Now, so let's go ahead and get started with this guy. We're going to add some black spots. You can see I tested out some, so I already have black marker on me. And I want to show you how this marker works. All right, now I have a lot of trouble finding markers that will, when you put them directly on the silicone, that stay on there. They tend to pull away. So this one, I tested out a spot in here. Now, I did this about 5 minutes ago, so you can see it's not perfect, but it's staying on a lot better than a lot I've seen that I've tried in the past. So this is an acrylic painter, it says, and it's by the Fly Sea. I think I have 3 of them, so I think I must have got them in a set of 3, and I only have them in black. I must have got them from Temu. That's my assumption. I really don't remember. I had not used it before. When I opened it today, I had to actually, get the ink to come down into the tip. So we're going to use this. And I'm going to put some random black blobs in this guy. This guy was really hard. I tried to get him inside out, but it's not I just made, because that's not dry, you can see where I just made a mess there trying to do that. Should I try to I'm not going to put him inside out, because just put him back right, this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to clean that up, that mess I just made, and I'm going to work putting the blobs in him like this. Now, I would have loved to put some eyes in him. The last time I did eyes in one of these molds, they weren't there when I pulled it out. They weren't in the mold, and they weren't on the piece. I think they got absorbed. Now, no eyes for this guy. Can I do eyes on this one? I might be able to. It's going to be hard for you guys to see, though, because I'm not turning them inside out. I'm going to try to work this way. So I don't know if it makes much sense for me to film the whole thing, because you're probably just going to get frustrated that it's my hand is what you're going to see. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead, put the black marks in. I'll be back once I go to put those eyes in, and then we'll move over to the Highland cow. All right, I'm just setting this one aside to dry. I give that marker like a 5 out of 10. It really, you can see it's not that great. I still in the search for a good marker that sticks to the resin. All right, so let's move over to our Highland cow. I did turn them inside out. I'm going to use the white. I don't have a beige, so I'm just going to use the white. I had a beige and I used it all up. So Another color that in resin you don't see a whole lot is beige. All right, yeah, I'm just looking for my little. So I'm going to take the white. I want to do his little, or her, I don't know what it is, horns here. So I'm just going to, now this is adding a little bit of color because I had some color on my brush. I did buy one of those things that, another one, I have one, I bought another one, to a switching brush they call them, and the bag, I had that with a brand new bag of baby wipes in it, and what I've done with it, I could not tell you, I cannot find it. My craft room is a disaster. So hopefully the white doesn't look too bad. And I want to do just the little muzzle here in the same color. Try not to get it all over. Okay, but I want the two little nose dots. I'm just going to take a little bit of isopropyl and I'm going to clean just those off. And I might take that black marker, try to just dot those. It also has a little bit, I think that's a mouth. Let's do that. Oh, that came out a lot thicker than I planned. Okay. All right. Yeah, see how it's pulling away? I'm gonna let that dry as well, and then I'll add a little bit more. But that's all I'm doing to that one because it's going to be all one color. All right, got the dog stop barking. I got playing around, and I want to do like almost like a dry brush on this. I'm still going to pour it in this, but rather than adding the coffee to that, to the beige, why don't I see about putting the beige on, adding the coffee, adding the beige to see if that helps with the texture. Okay, so for that brush, I've never used a fan brush on a mold before. Just to see what we get. Okay, so I'm going to put some in here so that I can kind of spread it out a bit. Let's see what happens. That's not how I did this. I was using this brush, but I found it was going too full. I don't want full coverage. So let me tip my fan brush in here and see if that is any different. I don't want too much on the brush either. So I'm gonna tap it off. Yeah, that's what I want, like that. Not like that. So I'm actually going to start over on the back. Okay, so let's see if we can stay consistent. But this is what I'm looking for. So dip our fan brush in, give it a tappy, and lightly brush it over. Oh, sorry guys, right out of camera. Lightly brush it over that texture that's in the mold. So it kind of stays up on the ridges rather than sinking in. I'm going to bring you out a bit because I'm finding it hard to see what I'm doing. And still have you guys being able to see what I'm doing. Okay, there. So Just lightly brushing it. I don't see here there's a little bit too much. That's okay, because it's a cow. He's not going to be a consistent, even color. I might have found a new favorite use for my fan brush. Is that a bow? I think that's a bow. I'm going to have to go look at the picture of this mold to see if it has a bow in its hair, so that if it is, of course, right there, can you guys see that? Looks like a bow to me. Now, you can do this as heavy-handed or light-handed as you want. I have to check the back because I was accidentally using my 50% alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, rather than my 99. I use the 50% to clean my containers because you don't need the 99 for those. But on your molds or in your resin, definitely use 91 or higher because it has less water content, because as you know, or if you don't, water and resin do not get along well. Water will, so that must be the tail. Water will hinder your resin from curing properly. Okay, I'm going to have to go onto my phone here and pull up my Temu order so I can see. I'm almost positive that is a bow, but I want to double check. Oh, I forgot to get right here by her little nose. Okay. Looks like a face, doesn't it? Looks like a little monster I'm holding in my hand. All right, I couldn't find, in the picture it only shows front and it doesn't show a bow. So as much as that looks like a bow to me, and in the picture this is a candle, right? They sell this as a candle mold. So I'm going to leave it. I can always color it once it's done. So that's going to be it for this mold. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can add. So we're going to get this flipped back inside out, and I'm not worried about the colors transferring because, you know, they're not there. And that one was very easy to turn inside out. So, oh, those nostrils might look a little big. Looking from this side. You know what? It's going to be cute. It's going to be cute. I'm leaving it. All right. Now, how did you dry? Let's take a look. See how it's not drying all that well? Look at it. It's all spotty and not my fave. I'm going to grab some black mica. All right. Total experiment here. Now, I found... or I have. I've never used this. This is the Litter Bee metallic powders. And this is the deep black. Now, the question is, and I know this will float into my resin. That's the problem I'm having. Once I add the resin, this will mix in with it. So is it going to... Let's test it, right? I'm here to show you guys different techniques. And to test things, good or bad, I will show you the results. Let's try this in here. I'm going to leave the black marker. I'm not going to take the time to wipe that out, but I'm going to add this I'm not seeing anybody use this in the black before. I've seen them use the gold, the silver, but not the black. So let's try this in here. Let me get it opened up. Okay, now I'm going to grab a very small brush to start with, and I'm going to try to add this to, well, it's still pretty wet. I just got a thumbful of it. I was going to try to add it to the parts I've already done to see. I know this is hard for you guys to see. And I don't want a bunch of flyaway, which is why I chose the small brush, but I already got a little bit of flyaway. Yeah, I know you guys, it's hard for you guys to see. It's black, right? But what will this do? And will it mix too much in with my resin when I pour this guy in the white? So, you see that? I'm going to stick my down in there as well. I'm not going to do that on camera because all you're going to see is my hand. All right, I don't have high hopes for our black and white cow here. This mold is just too difficult to, so of course adding the powder goes all over, which is why I wanted to use a marker. But it's this, because we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to mix up my resin, and have no idea how much I need. I'm going to say probably, I don't know, 3 and 4, maybe 7 ounces. Maybe I'll do up 8. Oh, do I need that much? Maybe I'll do 8 just to be on the safe side. So when I come back, I'm going to be doing a voiceover because I'll have my mask on for safety, and I can't talk through the mask. All right, for the larger cow, I have 4 ounces of resin here. I just added my resin dye, but I'm also going to add a little bit of the Let's Resin white mica just to give it a little bit of sparkle. I didn't add a whole lot, as you can see. So I'm just going to get that mixed in well. We don't want any mica lumps. And we'll get this poured in. So 4 ounces was about enough. If I remember correctly, I was a little bit short. So I had to add a little bit more, but no, I had the exact right amount for that. So if you have this mold, 4 ounces. 4 ounces for that one, 3 ounces for this one, which is what I guessed when I was looking at them. So pretty good guess. So this one, I used my beige resin dye from Just Resin. I adding some of the coffee because I just wanted to add a little more color, and I wasn't quite happy with the beige on its own. And then I looked at it and I wanted to have a little bit of a red tinge to it. Hindsight's 2020. I should have probably added some resin dye to it, some red, but I ended up adding some of my ruby red mica powder instead. I think if I had used some of my translucent dye, it might have colored a bit better. But anyways, I get this poured in, and once these dry, then we'll take a look at these plus the extras I created. So the powders I used in this and this and this are these ones. They came in as a package of 6. I got them from Temu, and I just rubbed it into the mold. So they're not marked to what color they are. None of them are marked with a color. But you can see like how, and then I backed it in black. So you can see how pretty that is, right? Sorry, it's just doing some trimming here. But look how, looks like it's metal. Now this one, I actually mixed it in with the leftover beige resin I had. I mixed a little bit of that powder in because I want to see what it looked like mixed in. Let me show you the kitty instead because that'll give you a better idea. So there it is. There it was mixed in. Pretty. Just kind of gives it some sparkle. Okay, now this one I just brushed some of my, which powder did I brush in here? I'm trying to remember. Oh, another one from Temu. It was it this one? No, it doesn't look like that one. Oh yes, it was. It was this one. And then backed in black. So you can see it kind of gives like a blue, purpley tint. And then these, oh, I think these are going to be nice because when I was brushing it on, these are these ones here. I will link them. I did show them in my last Temu haul, which is probably going to come out after this video. So, but look at, oh, wow. Those are gorgeous. Check that out. I can't believe how beautiful those are. I love those. How nice. For Temu. And these are only maybe $1 a jar. They weren't expensive. Let's take a look at this one. And there were 6 different colors. Ooh. Oh, this one's so nice. It's like has a hint of pink to it. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Though, oh, I really like those powders. Really like these powders. Sometimes you get surprised to how pretty things can be, and they're not expensive. Yeah, these definitely star. Okay, let's start with the white cow. I think he's going to need some work when he comes out, so, but let's see what happened here. Let's get that loosened up. And what I need to do is invest in some deep pour resin because I can already tell as I'm opening him, I see bubbles around his head there, and that's because it got too warm, and bubbles get trapped. When they're coming out, they don't escape from here, and you end up with the bubbles because they're not able to escape upwards. Okay. And, oh yeah, I got the black. Yeah, that's what I get for using the powder. But, oh, it is cute though. Look at the spots on him. So I got to finish off his tongue and his eyes. I did do up the bell in the marker because I noticed last minute that was bell. Next time I'll know to do his little hooves. But he has one black leg. And he's going to be cute. I'm going to fix him up and he's going to be cute when I'm done. So I'll be back with him. Now let's take a look at our Highland cow that we used the fan brush on. This one's easier to get out because it is a nice soft mold. So remember where I thought that bow was? I guess it's not a bow, but you know, it could be made into a bow. Look at how cute. Oh, you can see the eyes. See, I couldn't see the eyes in the mold. Oh, this one, I love Highland cows. How beautiful. And the highlighting of the fur does give it some texture. Or the fur, the hair, I don't know. Is it fur or is it hair on a cow? But again, I have some micro bubbles in there. I think it's due to, I need to invest in some of the deep pour resin would be very helpful. So I'm very pleased with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these cleaned up. I'm going to do the eyes on this one. I like how his little nose and mouth came out. There's not much to do on this one. I might, you know, give her something to, you know, maybe a butterfly or something, but how cute. This one I like. All right, I'll be back to show you. Got the pieces done up. I wanted to show you these keychains. Look how beautiful these colors are. So I did top coat. I also took my black marker and just colored in the black, and then I did a coat of UV resin on that as well, just to give it a finish without it having all, you know, had some parts of glitter coming up through it and stuff like that, the powders. So there's the one. I didn't add anything to these because I just think they're so pretty on their own. Here's the blue one. And I did the same with that, with the black marker. And then gave it a coat of UV on the front and on the back. And this one's my favorite. Look at the color on that. Okay, for a little black and white cow, I did give her, I put lots on her. Normally I don't put a whole lot on, but I gave her a little butterfly and a ladybug. I did her eyes. See how fine I got her eyelashes? I did that with a brush and paint. Oh, I forgot to do the whites in her eyes. Let me grab my white pen. Can't forget the whites in her eyes. That's what gives her life. There we go. Years ago, I used to do ceramics, and I was really good at eyes. But I find now that my eyes aren't as good, and my hand is not as steady to do them anymore. But I didn't think I did such a bad job with her. I gave her a little bow and some flowers, and then on her back, on her little bum, I gave her a bow. And I did paint her collar red, and then I filled in the black with the marker and gave it a coat of the Duraclear to seal everything in. So that's my little cow, and here is my, I didn't do much with this one. Here's my Highland cow. All I did with this one is I gave her a little red bow and a little flower on her tail, because I think on that, and I did her eyes. She is beautiful. I love this mold. I like how the color came out with the, using that fan brush with the mica on top and then more of the flat inside. So there's my little Highland cow. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please help support my channel and subscribe if you haven't. Give it a thumbs up. Appreciate all your comments as well. See you in the next one. Bye.